Welcome to Decoded Daily. This deep dive is brought to you by Idea Data. For those who haven't heard of us, Idea Data helps professionals get smarter on AI, tech, and business. Make sure you check us out using the link in the show notes. It's a fantastic resource to stay ahead of the curve. Today, we're diving deep into this fascinating world where tech leadership and resilience all kind of collide. We've got some really interesting stories to explore, like AI avatars outperforming humans in China's live streaming market. And then we have a tech leader in Israel who's reevaluating his vision of peace after recent events. Oh, and some serious brain drain happening over at OpenAI.
It's a wild mix of topics, right? What's so interesting to me is how they all kind of raise questions about the future, not just of technology, but business and leadership in general.
Totally. Okay, so let's start with those AI avatars. This really caught my attention, claiming these digital creations are actually outcompeting human live streamers in China. And I'm not just talking about a few here and there. This is becoming a trend. But what does that really mean? Like, are we talking about better content, or is this just like cheaper labor?
I think you got to think about it this way. AI avatars don't need sleep, breaks, or even vacations. They can just churn out content 24/7, which is a huge advantage in a market like live streaming, where constant engagement is key. Plus, they can be tailored to specific niche audiences and even programmed to interact with viewers in ways that feel personalized. It's almost like having a custom-made entertainer just for you.
Wow. Also super intriguing from a business standpoint. I mean, if you're a company, wouldn't you be tempted to jump on this? Imagine the cost savings. But then what does this mean for human entertainers? Are they going to become obsolete?
It's a valid question. And
Yeah.
it goes beyond just entertainment. Think about customer service, education, even therapy. Could we see avatars taking over these roles too? And what about the ethical implications of replacing human interaction with AI? It's a whole new world of possibilities and potential pitfalls.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, what happens when the line between real and virtual becomes so blurred we can't even tell the difference? It's a fascinating and slightly unsettling thought, right?
Absolutely. It forces us to confront some really fundamental questions about what authenticity even means in the digital age. Is it about who or what is creating the content? Or is it about the connection we feel, regardless of the source? What do you think?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, a part of me thinks it's kind of sad if we reach a point where we're getting all our entertainment and emotional support from AI, but maybe that's just my human bias talking.
Maybe. But that's the thing about these technological advancements. They challenge us to rethink our assumptions.
Let's move on to a very real person facing some very real challenges, Eyal Waldman. He's a big name in the Israeli tech scene, founded several successful companies, considered a real visionary, but then the October 7th conflict happened, and it totally rocked his world.
Yeah, his story really highlights how powerful a single event can be in shifting a leader's perspective. It wasn't just about, adapting his business strategies. It forced him to re-examine his core beliefs about peace and how to achieve it.
Exactly. Before the conflict, he was very optimistic about the peace process. But afterwards, he started talking about the need for a more resilient Israel. And he wasn't just talking about military strength either. He was talking about building resilience into the economy, the social fabric, everything. It's a pretty radical shift for someone who was considered a leader in peace-building efforts.
What I find so fascinating is how this experience forced him to confront the gap between his ideals and the reality on the ground. And instead of clinging to his old views, he chose to adapt, to learn from the situation, and to develop a new vision based on what he learned. That's true leadership, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And I think there's a lesson in there for all of us, even if we're not dealing with international conflicts. I mean, everyone faces setbacks and challenges in their careers and lives. It's how you respond to those challenges that determines your success.
It's not about avoiding difficult situations. It's about developing the resilience to navigate them and emerge stronger on the other side. And that often requires being willing to let go of old ideas that no longer serve you and embracing new approaches that better fit the reality you're facing.
Waldman's story is a great example of that, right? He didn't let the conflict break him, he let it reshape him. And that's pretty inspiring, if you ask me. But now, let's talk about OpenAI. This had me scratching my head a bit. First, can you give us a quick rundown on what OpenAI is and why it's such a big deal in the tech world?
OpenAI is one of the leading artificial intelligence research companies in the world. They've created some pretty mind-blowing AI models like ChatGPT, which you've probably heard of. They're pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI and shaping how we interact with technology in a huge way.
Right, so you would think they'd be a magnet for top talent, a place where the best and the brightest want to work. But this paints a different picture. It's talking about a brain drain happening at OpenAI with some really key people leaving the company. What's going on there? It seems like a pretty big red flag.
It definitely raises some questions. Why are these people leaving? Is it specific to OpenAI's work culture, or is it a symptom of a larger issue in the tech industry? The article suggests it could be a combination of factors, from disagreements over the direction of AI research to concerns about the ethical implications of the technology they're developing.
Yeah, and you have to wonder if maybe some of these brilliant minds are getting poached. It's a cutthroat world out there, especially in the tech sector.
It is, and this situation highlights how important company culture is, especially in a fast-paced, constantly evolving field like AI. Attracting top talent is one thing, but keeping them engaged and motivated is a whole other challenge.
So what does that mean for the rest of us? I mean, if a company like OpenAI, at the forefront of AI innovation, is struggling with talent retention, what lessons can we take away from that?
Well, for one, it shows that even the most cutting-edge companies aren't immune to the challenges of creating and sustaining a healthy work environment.
Right, those signs that a company's culture might not be the best fit. You know, for someone who's passionate about tech and innovation, it's a jungle out there. And knowing what red flags to watch out for can save you a lot of headaches down the road. It's all about creating a culture where people feel empowered to speak up, share their ideas, and contribute to the company's success.
Absolutely. You want a work environment where people feel excited to come in every day, knowing they're part of something bigger, and that their contributions matter.
Let's try to connect the dots between those three stories we've been exploring today. We've got AI avatars changing the game in live streaming, a tech leader in Israel finding resilience in the face of conflict, and OpenAI grappling with talent retention challenges. What big picture insights can we draw about the future of tech leadership and innovation?
One of the biggest takeaways is that the world is changing faster than ever, and that's not going to slow down anytime soon, whether it's driven by AI, global events, or shifts in the workforce. The ability to learn, quickly pivot when necessary, and embrace new ways of thinking is absolutely essential. It's not just about keeping up with technology, it's about having a mindset that embraces change and sees challenges as opportunities for growth.
Another key takeaway is that technology is only one piece of the puzzle. Yes, AI is revolutionizing industries and creating amazing opportunities, but it's still humans who are at the helm, making the decisions, shaping the direction, and ultimately determining how this technology is used.
We need leaders who not only understand and leverage technology, but who also understand people and ethical responsibility. If AI is advancing at such a rapid pace, and global events are constantly reshaping the landscape, it's still humans who are coming up with those groundbreaking ideas and innovative solutions.
Yeah, that spark of creativity, that ability to think outside the box.
They're qualities that organizations need to cultivate as well. Companies that foster adaptability, critical thinking, creativity, emotional intelligence, and a growth mindset will be the ones that attract top talent and thrive in the years to come.
It's a powerful message, and one that I think aligns perfectly with what Idea Data is all about.
Absolutely. Idea Data provides professionals with the tools and resources they need to stay ahead of the curve in AI, tech, and business.
It's about empowering people with the knowledge and skills they need to navigate this rapidly evolving landscape and create a future that's filled with opportunity.
So if you're ready to embrace change, sharpen your skills, and become a leader in the future of tech, be sure to check out Idea Data. The link is in the show notes.
It's a fantastic resource that we highly recommend. Thanks for joining us. We hope you found this episode insightful and inspiring. Join thousands of professionals getting smarter on AI, tech, and business from Fortune 500 companies like IBM, MetLife, Amazon, and more. The link is in the show notes.